Welcome, welcome, welcome. I do it different. I am him. The name is one, Reggie Kwabena Deschamps. Greetings in different African languages. Inde wo otutu oma memamuachi. Ojeko Indonami Saubona. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Meme Reggie Kwabena Deschamps Nina Furaha Kukutana na Wewe. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Subscribe. Let us keep the fire burning. And yes, it's simple as that. So today my video is titled No Foreign Colonial System Created Can Solve an African Problem. It's simple as that. My name is Reggie Kwabena Deschamps. One thing you should know about me is I am a Ghanaian Sierra Leonean YouTuber, researcher, writer, activist, freedom fighter, liberator, as well a game changer as well. My aliases, energizer name, African nation builder, African cheerleader, African teacher, the African eagle, the African sun, and the African top Shankar. Welcome to the African big top Shankar. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am him. So keynotes. I'm going to break this down for you to understand. It's simple. No foreign colonial system can help African or solve an African problem. Keynotes: responsibility, accountability, no foreign aid, the issue of greed, being content with what we have, value what we have, patronizing made in African goods, projects and proposals. Okay, that's the keynote. This is where I'm gonna tap into. Let's take the first one, responsibility. Now, as I said, no foreign colonial system can ever solve an African problem. The thing is, responsibility. The African is always responsible. The African is always responsible, but the African lost his sense of direction when it comes to being responsible and being accountable. The African lost their way. Responsibility. Africans, knowing your priority. What is your left and right, your priority? What you are responsible of. As I'm talking about the system, look at our economy. We have leaders, they don't care. They don't care what is going on. Responsibility. Leader placed in a position, you have responsibility. You have a tax you have to be carrying. Accountability. Let's come to that aspect. Level of integrity. Are you for real, or whatever you say, do you mean it? Accountability, your integrity level. Are you loyal? As I said, no foreign colonial system can solve an African problem. In the African community, the African spaces, your accountability. Can we trust you? Can we give you positions? Can we trust things into your hands and know that you deliver? Are you a man or woman of your word? Accountability, your level of integrity. Do you know the people you represent? Do you know your core values? Do you know the principles? What is the aim? What is the goal in your community, your people? Accountability. No foreign aid. As I said, I've been saying, foreign aid, in my opinion, and not even my opinion per se, if you apply it logically, you know that foreign aid have crippled the African mind, have crippled the African mentally, physically, spiritually. Foreign aid have made an African lesser of himself, him or herself. It doesn't make the African think normally. Foreign aid have milked the African and kill the African spirit. Foreign aid don't help African people. It weakens the economy, strips you of privileges, and as usual, bring what you have and get what you want. Foreign aid bring forth greediness, not being content with what you have, selfish. Foreign aid does damage to the African people. Every year, apart from foreign aid, every year we are paying black taxes, colonial taxes to our former colonies. Make it make sense. They give you foreign aid to cripple your economy, and that's why the foreign aid, they know, excuse my language, some African leaders, this thing, medulla fogoti, medulla oblongata. The medulla, the upstairs doesn't work. So they know that the puppets, Western idolaters, as I call them, they worship the West. West African leaders who practice worship idolism, they idolize the Western world. That's what they bring your self-worth down. Being content with what we have. And this is the thing. I'll link this to, I'll put this together with the made in African good, prioritizing it. Being content with what we have. The African doesn't believe, most of the time, the African think things from Africa, it is of no use. The inferiority mindset that African thing is not good, unless things from foreign countries, things from the West is good. That's the delusional, colonial, enslaved mindsets that the African have. He's not content with what we have. Prioritizing, as I said in my other video, I talk about investing in African good, and I've mentioned it, and I'm not going to talk about that much, but I want to say this. Prioritize made in African good. Made in African good, you guys claim there's no job opportunities in many things. If you have African products made in Ghana, made in Nigeria, made in Uganda, made in Tanzania, made in whatever African country, Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria, made in DR Congo, made in Republic of Congo, made in Togo, made in Gabon, whatever, made in African good. That thing alone can create employment. Make African good. That's why I said we are creative being, creative human as Africans. That's when our creativity needs to reflect in our products. So when you make made in African products, then you have to show your creativity. Be outstanding, be unique. Let people say your product is not like the others. Stand out. Shine like a sunshine. Made in African good. Projects and proposals. Each and every year, we also have to have a project Africans we are running as a people. If you're going to destabilize foreign colonial systems, we have to have projects and proposals. Projects. I want to say this a little bit. And if you come to the Western world, they have a food bank, food program that they help people who are hungry or who are finding whatever means to have food and they cannot afford. In Africa, we can create system like this. Food banks in Africa, that every African who's hungry and have no means to afford food banks, food pantries, we should be running this thing. And apart from that too, projects. I've realized that in African marriages, many African women or African sisters or African queens go through a lot in marriage. Some have been in abusive marriage, some have been in crazy things, and they want to leave the marriage but they can't. Or because when they leave the marriage, they have to start from square one. They don't have any financial means to take care of their children. They don't have financial means to start up something for themselves. Projects, that's where we throw in the social system in Africa. We need an upgrade. We need to have supportive system for married African women who are divorced or who are being separated, or because they are dealing with abusive marriage. African social welfare. This is where we have to be there for our people, our mothers, our sisters, our aunties, the queens, African queen. Not only abusive marriage, like many things. Like you have disabled people in Africa. If the family member doesn't take care of that disabled person, nobody does. African social welfare, you need to, each and every day, you need to be giving them, funds to take care of their well-being. They should be receiving checks. Like, we need to upgrade as a people. Proposals. Once you are there, you think this is a creative thing that can help the African continent, you bring it up. You throw in light. You give us an idea how we should do it. Proposals. These are basic things that I think that when you disable or to destabilize or cut down the foreign system, colonial system, when you take it down and have an African system, when you throw what I've mentioned into this African system, it will be the most creative, beautiful, successful, mind-busting, catching. Like, hey, it is what it is. That's what I can say when it comes with no foreign colonial system. And apart from that, making this a goal and to prioritize this African unity, a united Africa. That's when we come the United States of Africa issue. The AU, as I said, have failed African people. We need to shut down the African Union and create a whole union, a whole alliances. Like I said in my video, and the African system, let me throw this a little bit. African military is weak. Africa has the most weakest military. That's why any foreign national or any dubious non-entity can intrude into African spaces and do fishy stuff. If we have a strong military, we have a strong military presence in Africa, we won't be having colonial foreign military camps. United Africa. That's why I said, based on your African region, West Africa have to have West African alliances. East Africa has to have East African alliances. Central Africa, North Africa, you all should have alliances. That's my suggestion when you take down this AU. Because if AU claim they represent African people, then they need to speed up their game and come to reality that they have been sleeping for so long and they need to wake up and do something. ECOWAS is dead. I think ECOWAS needs to be shut down. We have to come with something called West African Alliance. West African Alliance. Shut down ECOWAS. ECOWAS was useful during the time of Kwame Nkrumah. But when Kwame Nkrumah is no more, ECOWAS is dead and is dead and is dead. It's beyond repair. Unless you guys come to reality, then ECOWAS can be alive. But pretty much, AU and ECOWAS both are dead. I want to also talk about the United Nations. The United Nations have done their parts, but Africans cannot rely on the United Nations to solve an African problem. If we have an African system that solves African problem, we won't be having wars and many crazy things going on in Africa. Look at the terrorism activity going on in Nigeria against, some radical extremists attacking Nigerian Christians. If we have a strong African system, we have a strong military presence, we would have get rid of these thugs, bandits, and rebels who are using religion as a tool to commit genocide. If we have an African system, by now we have been a blessing and helped African youth strive to become the greatest if we have a strong, beautiful, unique African system. This is what I can say about no foreign, no colonial system. Welcome again to my YouTube channel. Thank you for the love and support. It's people like you who genuinely love me, not only love me. If you genuinely love me, as you guys claim, then that means, that translates that you genuinely love the African people. Because you can't love me and hate African people. So if you love me and my work, that means you love the African people. So I want to say this. Thank you very much for subscribing to the African cheerleader, the African teacher, the African nation builder, the African Strong Eagles YouTube channel, Reggie Kwabena Deschamps Mills. Thank you very much. And so today is Friday. Happy Friday to you all. One love, peace and blessings, high vibration. We move to a destination, not a distraction. Let us know our goal. Let us stand out. Let us always be loyal and faithful to our African nation, the continent. I love my African people. I love my African self. African is divine. Black is divine. I love myself. I love myself. I love my African self. I will forever loyal to African continents. I love my African self. Thank you very much. And until then, Asante Sana, Dalu, Medasi Ibru, Mindabushi, Akpena Mikata. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Asante Sana. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hugs to you all. Hug. Until then, I'll see you. One love. I'm out. Africa unites. One people, one dream, one vision, one goal, one aim. Africa unites. No matter our country, no matter our tribal affiliation or religious affiliation. African unity is a priority and African unity is a must. Africa unites. Unites or we perish. Africa unites now. One love.